I've been needing to find a new apartment, which has not been easy with credit as bad as mine. Luckily, I found cosigning.com. They connected me with a cosigner who helped me get my dream apartment for me and my dog. I just paid a small fee and was able to move in fast. Get the cosigner you need for the apartment you want. Check out cosigning.com today.
My family and myself, I wish to thank you all for being here and writing truthfully about a man wrongly charged with most of the crimes. And that we all must remember that allegations are nothing. And I'd like to thank Sean for letting me be here. Thank you all. God bless you.
Nicole Westmoreland.
Thankfully,
They're clapping.
in our country, we have a right to a jury trial.
Let's go,
And
Diddy.
thankfully, Mr. Combs took that right. He actually battled for his freedom, for his innocence. He did it. And a lot of times, you know, people are too afraid to do it. And he did it, and we're so happy that he did. We're proud of him. We are completely honored that he put his faith and his trust in us to fight for him. Today is a major win to show what the system can do. We appreciate and we're so thankful to the jury. Thank you to the court. Thank you, New York. It's been a pleasure being here and fighting in your district. Thank you so much. And listen, we appreciate the media. We do. There was a lot of reporting on the accusations. There was a lot of reporting on the indictment. Please report just as vigorously on the acquittal of these counts, please, because that's also the right thing to do. Thank you.
Xavier Donaldson.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
6 foot, 7 foot tall.
First of all, I want to thank this
7
wonderful
foot.
team behind me. I am so happy that they allowed me to join it. I would like to say that I've done a lot of trials, but this is probably the most special one to me. And most importantly, I want everyone to know the job is not done yet. We're not finished. The job is not done yet. So I want to, again, thank Mark, Tenny, and the rest of these wonderful lawyers behind us. They did a fantastic job. And like those before me have said, our system, the jury system, is important. We need good people to serve on juries. We need good people to come and say a person is not guilty. Take that courage to do that. It's okay. We want you to serve on juries. This particular jury was a special jury. It was fantastic. It listened. It paid attention. It put the nonsense to the side, put the distraction to the side, and came to a lawfully good, just conclusion. Juries are important. Juries are important. But more important than that, I think, is people wanting to be on juries. So for all of you all listening, for all you out there in the public, please accept the call, become a juror, and do the right thing. Thank you very much.
You know, I'll be honest, I'm guilty of getting out of jury duty. I'll never skirt jury duty ever again. I didn't realize the kind of country we live in. I thought we had reached a point where race doesn't matter until you watch what people say when there's a rare opportunity for them to extract vengeance against those who they hate naturally. They were born to hate these people. The people that are this right, and the reason we're looking at this man Mike Law's TikTok is because his entire audience of thousands of people, they're primarily white women, and some of them have had panic attacks and went to the hospital today. They're so upset that Diddy was found not guilty because they wanted him to burn, not because he's guilty, but because he's black. That right there is something that I didn't believe was really a thing in the United States. I've been here for most of my life, never experienced any racism, but there's never been an opportunity to experience racism. But now I'm starting to understand that racism is a form of control. See, it's not racism when it's in the public, but when you're on a jury, that's when it matters. When you're in the hospital and you're sick and the people that are supposed to be tending to you are racist or have bias against people that look like you, that's when it's a problem. When your life is on the line, not when you're playing video games or when you're going to the grocery store. You'll see those people that hate each other, and that's on both sides, black, white, whatever. But when it comes down to who's going to bury you, first chance they get because they don't like your people, that's when it comes out. And my heart is broken when I watch this. I've fought with everybody. I was on TikTok. I've been kicked off of so many panels, banned by people, blocked by people, had my account attacked repeatedly because all I wanted to do was be accurate and go over the exact charges, go over the facts. Everyone's trying to interject things that are not in the case. A domestic violence video that's 10 years old that nobody reported. Children being trafficked. Usher and Bieber being in a cave underneath the Playboy Mansion in secret tunnels, hanging upside down by their toes. All kinds of weird, creepy shit that people were telling me was true. Turns out this man is not a pedophile. This man's not even gay. He's not even gay. I thought he was gay. And why should being gay be a crime? I thought we were past that. I thought he was a homosexual man out here shimmying and taking it from people. It was all a lie. I was wrong. I can be a man and come on there and admit to everyone that I was wrong about him. I wanted to see justice, but I want to see accuracy. But now I'm watching people that don't care about that. They don't care about the trial. They don't care about testimony. They just wanted to see him go down because he's black and rich. And the worst part is, it's not just whites that want to see him go down. The black women in the LGBT gay community, they all come together. They make strange bedfellows because they shouldn't like each other, but they all want to see all black men go to jail. There was actually, I seen it on Instagram, some women that said that men, especially black men, should all have to be born in prison, and they should have to work their way out and earn their way into society. That's the people that are on these juries. That's the people that are in these hospitals. They work in law enforcement. It's a scary thing knowing that's how people really feel about you. But you know, that it is what it is. I mean, you got to just move a little different. You might want to leave the country if you can. It's all being propped against men, but this was a win not for just Diddy. This was a win for men. I like women. If I meet a beautiful woman and I have money, I'm going to fly her to a beach. I want to take her on vacation so that, yeah, we're going to have sex. The only reason why I would pay a woman's bills is because I want to have sex with her. The only reason I would ever get married is because I want to have sex with my wife and I don't want somebody else having sex with her. The desire for sex is what moves men. It's always moved men throughout all of human history since day fucking one. This case was trying to usurp that. This is bringing us back to reality. The balance has been restored to the force. Things are now looking better. They're not so grim. And look, this guy just ended his life. But I wanted you to hear what some of these psychopaths have to say about Diddy, even though now that he was found not guilty. I want you to hear, but this guy, they just ended it. Yeah, I wanted you to hear what these psychopaths have to say. The judge played dirty. He was very upset because he thought that these New Yorkers were dumb. The New Yorkers on the jury, he thought that they were like California people. When it comes to a Californian, you can watch a homeless man urinate into a McDonald's cup. He'll walk up to a person in California, throw it in his face. You'll be able to tell the California person, wait. It's not homeless urine that you just saw the man throw in your face. That's actually rain. And California to say, wow, maybe that was rain. A New Yorker is a different breed of person. They're pragmatic. They deal with each other different. They're grinders. They work, and they saw this for what it was. They had a decision on day one, but there was a gay man who could not follow the judge's instructions, and the judge's instructions were you need to focus on the charges and not make up your own charges and try to add them in there. The 11 out of 12 said, hey, this guy keeps adding in there Kid Cudi, Bieber, and Usher. He's not focusing on the case. We're not going to be able to come to a decision. That was within 15 minutes of deliberation. They had the note to the judge within an hour. So that just goes to show what it was already decided. Nobody wanted to do it, but it was a gay man that was holding out. And look at the black women are seething. I want to see if I can bring one up. Lee, let's see if she's on. She's one of the people that kicked me off her live. And I'm like, lady, I have a bigger audience than you. I don't need your panel, but it's just funny. I want to hear what they're saying. Let's come in and see.
Man's Act. He was convicted of the Man's Act.
I thought he got convicted for 2 counts of
Transportation, was it a part of the Mann Act?
oh, is that a life case? Is that a life?
It's not a life sentence. They both charges carry a maximum of 10 years. It's not a life case.
Oh yeah, so he can get time served. That's what I tell you. I know these things.
Yes, they already said he's gonna get time served of 10 months plus whatever.
All right, y'all only got 10,000 likes, and I'm just trying to figure out why, with 300 people, why I'm not already up to 50K, and I've been on for what, an hour? Mel, I thought you was tapping for me.
I am.
Yeah.
These people are so miserable and they're so disappointed that an innocent man is not going to prison. These people are disgusting and they're sick and they're everywhere. We got to know who our neighbors are. To want to see innocent people go to jail, that's not the American way. That's the old America. That's the America of Salem, Massachusetts, 1600s, where they would say a woman was a witch and they throw her in the water, and if she can swim, they burn her at the stake for being a witch. But if she drowns, then she was exonerated and found not guilty of being a witch. She's doomed either way. These people are dooming this man either way. They have an issue with black men, and I swore that was never true. I've never seen it. I can't believe at my age now, I'm barely seeing that there's issues where people individually specifically hate black men. So I will never not take a jury duty notice again, because I might be the only person that's going to look at the actual case and not want to just convict the person because of their racial background. I might be the only one that's going to say, yo, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. What if there's not enough people like me on the jury? What if you're not fortunate enough to get a jury of people from New York? What if you get some people from California or from Oregon or from Washington State? You're done. You're done. This is crazy that you have to literally worry about that when you're going to court. Again, New Yorkers are different types of people. They're pragmatic. I don't even know why the judge even thought a New Yorker was going to listen to this whole case, listen to these women talk about how they love him and they were his girlfriends. And then the government says, well, no, you're not a girlfriend. You're a prostitute. And he was pimping you because he gave you money for your bills and y'all had smacks and y'all threw freaky parties. What? Bro, I am an American. The movie Sound of Freedom came out 2 years ago. I know what the hell sex trafficking is. I know what prostitution, transportation is. For you to come and try to convince me or convince a jury of 12 New Yorkers that actually what we know of is an actual trafficker, actually that's not the definition. The definition's a movie mogul when he takes his girlfriends on vacation. What? What kind of idiot do you take me for? What kind of fool do you take me for? And I've literally been fighting an uphill battle to explain this to people day in and day out, that there was never a case here, and that the government is trying to say that there's no such thing as a government anymore. I mean, as a girlfriend anymore. All women are victims. All women are being trafficked and forced. There's no such thing as a woman consenting to sex. Women don't like sex. They only do it for men. Women have no rights. Women are not smart enough to choose what they want to do with their body. The government needs to stand in. The government needs to be in your bedroom and tell you sex in this position is okay. Sex when you put your leg up is illegal. If you put your leg up for more than 3 seconds, that's actually going to trigger the Mann Act or your Trafficking Act and actually obstruction. And we're going to give you a sit. Are we going to let the government into our bedrooms now? They're everywhere else. This is what the Constitution and the Bill of Rights protected us against. An overbearing government. And what did they say? The only thing standing between you and the government that wants to put you in prison is going to be a jury of 12 of your peers. They were so dirty, they removed the only black dude, the American black dude that was on the jury. They removed him 3 weeks into a 5-week trial because they saw that he was already siding with Diddy. These people are dirty. They don't have any respect for the rule of law. This has nothing to do with justice. This is for witch hunts so they can seize your property and take you down. People are starting to wisen up. America might no longer be the safest place to have assets and ownership. You might want to liquidate your stuff, diversify your profile, because in America, they're itching to take it away. They did the same thing to Trump. Well, we're going to charge him with 34 felonies. How? That's 34 small charges for paperwork. Well, it's actually a felony if it's in furtherance of a crime. Another crime. Okay, well, what's the other crime? We don't have to tell you. We don't got to tell Trump, what's the other crime? We don't got to tell anybody. What? So then how the fuck's it a crime? Like, why can't you tell me what the crime is? Why can't you explain it to me? Matter of fact, what did you catch Diddy red-handed doing? Why can't you tell me exactly how what he's doing is a crime? What did he actually do wrong? And nobody could explain it. These jurors saw through it. The judge is upset and he denied Diddy's bond. No one's ever been held and been rejected on $1 million bond for a Mann Act or for prostitution. Both are low-level crimes, if even crimes. He's going to win on an appeal, and they did not want to let him out today. But guess what? He's eventually going to get out. It's a win. He's eventually going to get out. He's eventually going to be home with his children. They're not going to be able to hold him forever. He's not going to die in there. Even if he does a few more weeks and they give him a sentence, they're not going to be able to give him any more than a time served because he's a first-time offender. Firsttimeoffender.com, 1STO, coming soon. This was not just a victory for Diddy, it's a victory for just men in general. There's a lot of black athletes, celebrities are all being charged like this. This case right here is going to set case law. These men now have a fighting chance. These frivolous lawsuits, weaponizing and using warfare to do legal extortion against black men or just men in general, that's now going to be more difficult, and hopefully it's going to end. But had they convicted him on these charges and got him with a RICO, that means your ex-girlfriend from 20 years ago can walk into a police station and say, hey, that guy I was with 20 years ago, I didn't consent to any of that, and he has a new wife now, and then we broke up, and I was being trafficked, and I was forced to be in a relationship, and I was scared he was going to get mad at me. If I told him I didn't want to be with him, I was afraid he was going to do something to me. If I told him I didn't want to have sex and blah, 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 blah. So I did it. If they were going to allow this type of nonsense, do you know what that would have done to the fabric of our country? That means we don't have a country. We're in a communist country. We're China. We're Cuba. We're no longer the Americans with a justice system that is fair. I'd rather, there's a famous saying, I'd rather 100 men go free than one innocent man go to prison. I'd rather 100 guilty men go free than one innocent man go to prison. I listened to this case, and when it first started off, I thought this man was guilty until I heard Cassie's testimony, and then I found out she was the main witness, and I'm like, is that why you guys just keep talking about baby oil? Do you know I ordered 7 bottles of baby oil and 6 bottles of Astroglide? And my ex-girlfriend, I'm flying her here from LA today to celebrate. She will be lubed. She will glisten like a honey-baked ham. I will smacketh thy cheeks. All in celebration of the fact that I can now go back to being a man. The only reason I work and make money is so that I can afford to spend it on women. Even if I have children, they come from women. Everything men do in our life is literally revolves around trying to make women happy. The government trying to make that illegal is the government essentially trying to criminalize what it means to be a man in general. That could not be allowed. That could not be allowed. The judge is mad. Those people are mad. So what? Diddy got to sit in there a little bit longer. Guess what? His stuff is not going to get taken. He's got action. He's going to be coming home. And I don't have to worry about the government letting one of my ex-girlfriends who's disgruntled because she sees me with a white girl and she's black and she's mad now going to a police station and say, you know what? Yeah, I said I consented and I love being with him, but back then, but I really didn't. You know, he was, yeah, he coerced me. He told me he loved me. He love bombed me. And, you know, the lover boy method and blah, blah. Shut the fuck up. I couldn't believe. That's why I was championing this whole situation, because I noticed the slope is slippery as hell. I knew what was next. I knew what was on the menu. And guess what? It was a filet mignon de Rico. I'm Rico. They were going to fillet somebody like me or me. I like to date. I got a bunch of girlfriends. Yeah, it seemed like they were basically trying to lock up any guys with a bunch of girlfriends. Yeah, I'm on that menu, and that's over now. Safe. Safe per. They can still try, but this is case law right here. They're not going to even make an attempt. The government's not going to want to try things. They're going to lose. This is a victory for mankind in this country. This is a victory.
Probably count one. That's what I feel like. They hung up on count one the weekend.
Well, I know they were hung up on count one, but I want to know why, like the reasoning, you know, like what was the thing that was tripping them up? Like, you know, was it because of what I was mentioning earlier that maybe they all thought he was guilty?
They probably think it didn't fit. I didn't mean to cut you off, Losi. They probably was like, this don't fit for it. You understand what I'm saying? And when they went home and probably read through some stuff and looked at certain cases, and they like, nah, this don't fit. So that's why they was able to come back this morning so quickly and say, okay, nah, this don't fit. I read this and this and this. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's on the distribution. I just don't see, even though they made it so simple as passing something to somebody.
I'm following y'all. Follow me back. Follow me back. I'm tapping the screen, Lee.
Yes, keep tapping. Like I said, she has too many people here not to have the engagement.
No, Mama. You want some of this? Huh? Yes or no? When your mama gonna do your hair? You want
For the people in the comments, the judge is not going to give him 20 years. So let's clear it up.
I kind of agree with that they might go for something, not 20 years, but something higher than.
No, bro, they can't.
I don't think that they're gonna
get less than 2 years.
He's probably gonna get like 12 months.
Right. This is
21 months.
Right. This is his first official offense that he's been found guilty of, like as far as a felony is concerned. And each of those charges carry a 10-year. That's the maximum. The minimum is 0. So the judge has that range to make a determination. He can say time 30, and that will be his thing with whatever length of probation. But I don't think that's gonna happen. And right, the max is 20 years, but it also depends, right? It's 10 for each, but it could be, if it's concurrently, that means it's a max of 10, meaning that he's serving both of those charges together for that time frame. If it was consecutive, it could be a max of 20 years. But I definitely don't think the judge is going to give him the max.
You know what?
Maybe 5 or 4, because they're only asking for 4.
Losi, I'm gonna put you on retainer, man.
Hilarious.
I'm about to put you on the retainer. Shit, just I ain't gonna do nothing major, but when I call you, I need you to be there.
Thank you, Tracy. 21 months is usually the max for the first time offender, which he's going to get probation on the rest of it, or maybe time served. He's
so
not
we'll
going to do 20 years.
We don't know what the judge going to do. But
you keep saying that.
Y'all can
You
see what
keep
he's
saying
y'all
that.
can
It's
see
people
what
who
the
was
judge
saying
did,
on the
y'all.
panel he was going home today and he didn't. So we don't know
Well,
until the judge says it.
How long has he been in jail right now?
9 months. Well, he's been in there since September, so a little
Okay.
under a year.
Okay, so technically, if again, I know that the defense submitted and said they wanted to start with 21 months, and the feds wanted, defense wanted 21 months to start off with. The feds came in and I think they said 51 months is where their starting point was. So if he got credit for the time he's already served, that's going to shave off from whatever those starting points that they recommended. But again, it's still up to the judge. I mean, I know he's going to take both sides into
But
consideration.
Los,
You get extra credit too. You get extra credit too.
Los, you know what's gonna play into that though, is that they're gonna be like, well, look at Epstein, y'all, or the dude from Abercrombie and Fitch, y'all gave him 13 months, and he committed a crime, and he actually
Epstein was
committed.
in jail prior to sentencing, though.
Two different stipulations.
I'm
And you
talking
know,
about
I
when they
heard about
go
the
back.
Well,
Abercrombie
we
and Fitch
gotta
guy, but
remember
I
that's
don't
a white
know
tea man.
what did he get charged with officially. The guy from
And
Abercrombie and Fitch.
his was dealing with children.
And when it comes to kids, I say throw away, lock the door and throw away the key.
Yep.
Absolutely, I agree. I got a son, because they better hope that I don't find them before they do.
Listen, because no kids were involved in Diddy's trial, I was okay with this man getting off. That's the only reason. You know what I'm saying?
Well, nobody was forced. Nobody said that they got.
Nobody came forward to say that. You know? But
Yeah. I
everybody's
don't think
talking
he's
about
in
him
the
not being
kid.
But that's
in
what
the
I'm
Alphabet
wondering. Like,
community.
Why did
Go
the
ahead.
Abercrombie and Fitch guy, like, what was he actually charged with that he had such a short sentence?
He got charged
sex
with
trafficking and prostitution charges.
on kids, and he only got 13 months and a $10 million bail. Now think about that.
I heard the thing about he's a white tea man. He has white tea privilege, something that BOK men do not. And he put up a $10 million bond.
That's not right.
That's life in America.
The government is corrupted.
The government has been corrupted. That's not changing. We have to operate within the system that we have.
I want everybody to we need to start, coming together as Americans.
We don't, because if we could, the government does not treat all Americans the same. So we can't come together in a system that is designed to work against us. Just how you see Diddy and old boy got the same case a little bit, but one's out on bond, one is not. But they're both millionaires, but one is out on bond, one is not. That shows you Americans can't come together. They don't respect us to come together with us. Now, BOK Americans can come together, yes, they can come together, but BOK men and women can't even agree long enough for us to come together to better ourselves as a race. Just in America alone.
And that's so true. I don't know if y'all remember Elliot Spencer, the Attorney General of New York. He was charged with the same thing of a teenager girl, and he didn't get no time but a slap him off. He was a law enforcement. Just think about all them tapes they go through with the investigators, and all they were doing is just showing how black men, they assume that this is the way black men, this is the way they act. That's the only thing they wanted to do, is put that out there and make us look bad.
Well, I've been hearing for a few weeks that we don't come together. We didn't come together to stand behind Diddy. We didn't come together. A bunch of people were saying that we needed to come together and stand behind Diddy because the system was trying to railroad us.
And baby, I ain't standing behind that man.
It was the system and the media. You got to think about it. The media had people thinking it was kids involved.
And I understand people's passions about supporting the community and all of that. I don't knock anybody for that. I am in agreement and in alignment with that. The problem is that doesn't trump if somebody is a bad person or I will fight tooth and nail and support you all day, every day, if and I would have done the same for him if I felt like he was a decent human being. But he's not deserving of my support just because
you can't just blindly support you just because you're BLK.
If that DVD
right.
No.
come out,
Like the way
everybody would have
people rallied behind that one lady who lied and said she was kidnapped, Carly Russell. Whole time it was a lie and she was laid up in some hotel. And you had police actually looking for you, thinking something happened to you and your child, and nothing happened to you. We can't just blindly believe or stand behind people just because they BLK.
I agree.
Well, I agree with that.
Because she wasted them people time. And she only got
My
like a
whole
year in
thing
jail.
was when you asked me to stand behind him like that, to support him and all of that good stuff, what does this say to the next generation? It says, well, hey, and they seen all of this. The videotape of him DVing her, this woman on the stand saying he's slutting women out for F-offs, and
you really judge him about that part?
business dealings that we know he had. So it's like we're telling people that this behavior is approved, is good. It's hard.
We could definitely call out the fact that they were trying to railroad him without actually standing behind him. We can call out the unfairness.
That's what I did. I said, listen, while I think Diddy is not a good person, I don't think he should go down for the RICO.
That's why, although I was upset, I'm not like, oh my gosh, this is an injustice. He went through a speedy fair trial. They found him not guilty.
But you definitely want him in jail, don't you?
You do.
Time.
But I can't be mad at the verdict. They took the time to find him not guilty.
Erica,
fair and square.
On trial for DV, then yeah, but that's not what he's on trial for.
Erica,
what?
So you telling me you ain't going to?
Still doing what it's
supposed to do? I'm not going to no Diddy party, sweetheart. No, I am not. You're not realizing you going to a Diddy party doesn't mean much. He likes to watch men F. He wants the women to F countless men for hours on end. No, I'm not going to a Diddy
They
party.
wanted to do it to have trips.
That's not what I'm talking about. No, I'm not going for that. I don't want to have to F countless men to the point I need an IV bag the next day. That's not fun. P-stars don't even F that much in one day. That's too much for anybody.
Now, how you know that?
Right.
You seen a P-star F 18-hour days?
How do you know
18 hours straight? You seen that?
Content.
Let me say this.
Do content.
As a woman, I'm thinking 45 minutes is a good enough time.
Exactly. They're not there.
But as a woman, okay, as a woman, ask yourself, how you know I want to do it? I prefer an hour.
I need all the women on this panel. How much time y'all think y'all can handle?
I need an hour.
An hour.
I thought you said we got Erica running the marathon. She younger than us.
You know how much talking it is in your body?
They wanted to do it.
It's
not like they wasn't doing it against their will.
And if they want to do it, they want to do it.
And then you can give me about 25 minutes, and then
None of this is against their will. That's what you call it. Them women is extremely freaked out.
That's them. I'm talking about Erica. I'm not talking about them women.
But that can't. I'm saying that don't make Diddy a monster though, because they.
I didn't say that made Diddy a monster.
Hold on.
If it make Diddy a monster, it make the women. Your mama get out of here.
No, he didn't say that. And I don't.
Monster.
And his sexuality or whatever he decides to do in the bedroom is not why I consider him a monster. That is not the reason based on that. Being a freak don't make that. Yeah, him being a freak has nothing to do with my opinions of him. Who has shown us who he is as a person. Like, we've seen glimpses of it on reality TV when he made those people walk miles to get an effing cheesecake. How he treated his vanity queen on that show, it was disrespectful.
When he cussed out
the cheesecake was for Jennifer Lopez. The cheesecake was for Jennifer Lopez. Y'all found that out too.
We talking about should he be in jail?
Guys,
Erica,
surely does.
Did it. So that's what I'm
OJ
against.
did it.
You
I've
feel like
also
he should
liked
be in jail
before.
for
I
getting
sure do, and
free,
I don't care what you feel about it. Yes, I do.
Miss
for
Lee,
And I'm
getting
glad he's
am
free.
I
in
late
jail
for the
today.
poll? Am I too late for the poll? Did you already do the poll?
No,
What
I didn't do
poll?
the poll.
Oh, you didn't
We
poll the
don't need to
people
do
who
the poll.
you
He's
sure didn't
definitely
poll.
guilty of
No, I'm
the.
talking about the bond.
Oh
No, I
no,
didn't.
we didn't do no polls. I didn't mean he's definitely guilty. He's innocent of the RICO, and he was found guilty on the other two charges. But the,
$1 million.
Constitution.
So
two
who
of the
broke the
5
news,
charges.
guys? Did anybody get any information from anybody in the courtroom besides myself?
No, we just know
Okay,
since
so okay,
October
I
look.
did.
3rd.
Okay, so listen.
I talked to
We
King
know he
Kong.
has no bail.
He
I
said I
talked to
talked to
King
King
No,
Kong.
no.
Kong.
Listen, okay, look. So the judge came in. The first thing he did when he walked in, he said no bail, bail denied. He said the reason why the bail is denied is because of what's his name, Diddy, propensity to be violent towards his ex-girlfriend, his criminal behavior, and his violent behavior. So the crime that's been placed upon him. So there was no, and then they wrote a letter. The defense wrote a letter to the judge stating that he was an exceptional father and he needs to go home so he can be there for his children. And the judge said the only thing exceptional about Mr. Combs is that he made a lot of money, and he made a lot of money. Damn it, he made a lot of
Made a
money.
lot of
What else did he
millionaires.
say?
Made a
You know,
lot
he
of
made a
millionaires.
lot of money. Only thing exceptional about he made a lot of money. That's all he said, or something like that. Oh, and he has a propensity to be violent, or something like that. That's what the only thing exceptional about him. So he's going to do some time, y'all. That judge
No,
was
he's not.
That's
okay.
that shows
Okay,
right
well,
there.
You
let's
said
just
he's
He's
gonna
not.
get off
That's
bail.
you
Be
can.
just
quiet. You
wait
say he's
for the
gonna get off
judge's
on
That's
opinion.
bail.
We
Be
not the
quiet.
judge.
You can
So
feel
Be
it.
let's wait
quiet.
I
for the
am the
judge's
judge.
If he
I'm
opinion.
the
listen
judge
to
and
me,
the jury.
You're not. You
Miss
wasn't on the
Lee.
jury and you're
Here I
not the
go. Miss
judge.
Your
Lee.
fame.
I have a question for
Your
Miss
fame.
Lee. I have a question for Miss Lee. Then you can ask me a question. Miss Lee, will it not make sense if the judge was going to give him the 4 to 6 years that everybody presumed? If the judge was going to give him that, why not? Why not go ahead and ask the prosecution for their sentencing guidelines, the sentencing request, alongside of the bail, right? With that bail letter, being that if he's going to give him 46 years, you might as well go ahead and sentence him from the bench. I would. Why wait 3 months when you're gonna always we're gonna just do time served?
He's
That's a
only
waste.
going to get
That's a,
21
excuse
months.
me, I'm almost finished. That's the waste of the state's time and money, right? When if I know if I'm going to give you 5 years, I'm going to sentence you from the bench. I'm just thinking logically as an educated person.
This whole thing was
But you guys can go
media.
from there.
We should come on the media.
First of all,
Okay, my cash app. You send me your cash app. I say he come home. How much we bet?
Don't y'all be betting on her.
Oh, you can't do that.
I'm
Send all
educated
the
too.
money, send
Very
all the bet
educated.
money to me, and I'll hold it until to pay out the winners. Send it all to me, and I'll hold it and pay out the winners. Why would y'all bet on this man's life like that?
No, I'm not do a bet.
I
It
was
wouldn't be
No,
my
let's say
$20.
this.
Imagine if they let people
You
do that
got
on prize
two.
picks. That would have been funny.
I
if
got
people were doing that.
250,000
Can we talk
on
about
right
where's
now.
Ash at? Somebody share the
I
share the
got
live to Ash. Where's she at?
250,000 right now that say he's gonna go get probation.
I got
Now,
$100. Coming home.
You put yours up.
You're gonna lose that bet, sir.
You put yours up.
This,
You're gonna lose that bet.
I already got one bet with somebody.
Can y'all share the live?
I already
Can
got
y'all
100 with
share-
somebody, and I gave it to her.
Hold on, can y'all share the live with Ash, who said he gonna get bail, he going home to his kids.
She sure did say that.
She
girl.
started
She
singing
sure
like
did.
Boosted daughter. Hold on, let me pull it up for y'all.
Rod said no. Hold on.
Definitely don't think
She been waiting to do that all day.
As she should. Y'all gloated when he was found not guilty.
No, but y'all said I was wrong though. I told you I've been around plenty criminals.
Baby, you couldn't tell them he wasn't
I've been
going home
around
today.
plenty criminals and plenty of law-abiding citizens.
Yeah, so
Mike Neptune.
No, it doesn't show. You can hear it, but it doesn't show, sir.
Mike Neptune.
Clearview said he's coming home a millionaire, and I disagree. I think he's going to be in prison a millionaire.
Well, he'll definitely
Man.
still be a millionaire after he come home, after he finish his time. He'll still be a millionaire.
Judge, let me tell you something. That judge
I
don't
think he's
give
still
a
gonna be a
damn.
billionaire. He's a billionaire.
That
Nah,
judge
he's
don't give a
already
damn.
not a
Let me
billionaire
tell you
anymore,
something. That
baby.
judge don't give a
He's
damn
been
about
down
what
to
that
a
jury
millionaire
said.
since he had to pay
Watch
for
what
his
I tell
lawyers.
you.
I ain't seen you on this side of the street.
He's gonna get that money right back.
Exactly.
He's still a billionaire.
I
Yeah,
definitely
he's still
agree
a
with you, Black Mahogany. I feel like maybe his daughters can finally find some peace out of all this. Maybe I don't know. I know one of them said they're not going to college, so hopefully, if one of them does, they don't have to keep hearing about this and they can just live a normal life. Cause it's a lot on them kids. It's a
They ain't never
lot
gonna
ain't no
College.
business. What you
It's
be
already on
They
the
doing?
need
internet.
higher
It's just on the
learning.
internet. You got people that's
Trust and
stuck in
believe.
their ways that ain't gonna believe nothing different. They ain't gonna see it no
Exactly
way.
right. Exactly,
But they ain't
bro.
never gonna be able to get off of it as far as not seeing it no more. But they
But I
did
feel like
Exactly.
his
agree.
sons are a
That's all
little
that
bit more
matters.
equipped to
Now
handle
don't
it
forget
than
to
his
tap that
daughters.
screen. Tap that screen. You're yapping, you should be tapping. You're yapping, you're yapping.
I'm typing.
That part. Tap, tap, tap.
Rod.
They did.
They really
Really,
did,
somebody in the
Scorpio.
comments said that they had a baby oil shower in front of the courthouse.
They
No, they
did.
did.
Yeah,
They
It
they
was
really?
did.
Oh
disgusting.
my god!
And
Yeah, they
that's so
did.
ignorant. And for what?
Ignorant.
To look like a fool. He thought Diddy was gonna come outside and put him in the limo with him. That's what he thought.
King was outside the
He thought
was
he was gonna
outside
be
the
Diddy's.
car
He thought
doing
he was gonna be
push-ups.
Diddy's home. He thought he was gonna be Diddy's party favor tonight.
But one thing you can't say is that his kids don't love him because baby
I was
King
about
knew
to
that
say,
their man was coming home today. You could tell he, I don't want to say a positive impact, but you could tell he was in his son's life because that baby was so happy.
nah, definitely you could say a positive impact. If they
I won't
riding
say
behind
positive
their
because
dad
King is
like that,
facing an SA charge
if
too.
you can see all
So
that, if you can see all that,
no, not gonna
No,
say
but you want
positive
them locked up,
because
Erica.
yes,
You want
King
them
is
locked
facing an
up.
SA charge
yeah,
too.
you
Man,
biased then. So
that man
I'm
everything you
missed
say
his,
is
telling you,
biased.
before his daughter's
Everything you saying is
graduation.
biased then.
and you're not gonna make
You
me feel
can't
bad
take it.
about that.
That man
Everything you
I
missed
do
say
his,
is
want him
biased.
locked
his
up,
daughter's graduation. You got to
huh?
be sinister to even want somebody. He missed his baby's
Baby,
graduation,
that's
man. That
his
hurt.
fault. That's his
Hey,
fault.
this
See,
is Ash, y'all.
that's
This
his fault.
Ash.
Okay. Oh, young thug daughter.
He coming home today. The streets is his.
Ain't gonna lie to you, Diddy gonna be talking.
He'll be
That
home
is
on the 8th.
funny.
He gonna be talking though. It's gonna be a whole lot of stuff exposed.
Oh, yeah.
I guess we'll see on the 8th. We'll see what
I guess
happens. I
we
really
No,
will.
don't think he's going home. He's getting
You the
Me
something.
prophet.
neither.
Erica, you the
no, he
prophet
ain't going
kid.
home on the 8th.
Somebody
He's
said the
not going
kids
home
are
on the
not
8th.
He's
He's
even
gonna
going
go
home on
home.
the 10th.
He going
The
home on
kids
He's
an
going home
ankle
on the 10th.
monitor. That boy gonna be on an ankle monitor at the crib.
Yep. Yep, on the
Somebody
10th.
said
He's going home on
Come
the
on now.
10th.
I'm trying to tell you.
somebody said
I just like
the
they let
kids are not even embarrassed.
they
They're not
let
embarrassed.
look they let Thug off and Thug has bodies on
And
his.
you know what?
Thug
And
can't go back to his hometown for 10 years.
I mean they
Oh,
still let him
and
I
off.
with
forgot to
strict
tell y'all.
I
restrictions too.
wouldn't care.
Also, what happened in the
You know how
courtroom? I
many other
forgot to tell
states it
y'all.
is,
What I
countries it
forgot
is
to
to
tell
leave
y'all,
that?
Diddy got on the floor.
Oh, hold
When
on.
they said
You said he got on the floor?
he
On
got
his
on the
knees.
floor.
On his knees.
Somebody painted a picture of him getting on the floor.
Would drop to his knees.
You would have too.
I would have on God, I'd have fell out in that motherfucker, man. I'd have fell out. So
Yeah, she taking it for a joke.
He is a joke.
Now you taking it for a joke because you
He's a
playing with
joke.
somebody's
He
life.
is a joke. He's a joke because you know why?
the jokes is
He
James.
became very successful, and he chose his success to be his demise instead of being something for his progression. He chose that life. I didn't choose that for him. I never met that man. You take that up with him.
Yeah. I've been playing your head. I don't know when.
He raised him. That's not my son. I
And
joked about my son.
even with Thug being out, they gave him probation for 15 damn years. That's a
Exactly.
long time. Like he got to be on his best behavior.
Do you guys see what I mean by there are evil LGBTQP and black women that are literally a part of this movement where they want to pretty much get rid of every black man they can? See, the reason why you're going to see from now on, you're going to always see a disproportionate amount of these cases against black men is because they make soft targets. The reason they're soft targets is because their own community is against them already. So when the government comes in, even if the charges are fake or the prosecution is terrible and there's no real case, they know the public is going to support them being railroaded just because they're black men, because their own population hates them and dislikes them. This woman right now is upset because he's free and these men are saying you're just a hater. But she can't even deny it. She won't deny it. She really can't deny it. So that's why I'm playing these. This is all live on TikTok right now. So that's why I wanted you to hear it.
2 billion.
Has he got that yet? So until he gets that, he's still a millionaire. Ain't nothing wrong with being a millionaire.
Yeah, he's like in the 100 million. So I mean, that's
Baby, you're still one of the highest paid people in the industry.
There you go. He's still wealthy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Still
Even
wealthy.
like I
That
said,
ain't nothing to
even with
complain
him
about.
getting the money with the whole trial thing, he's still gonna
Man,
be.
I promise you, he gonna drop a movie.
Man,
A
he was
movie
doing to
coming
do
out.
something for the black community.
You know what?
He needed to
do a
get to like
movie.
3
Y'all know he can serve his time. Whatever time he give him, he can serve it in minutes. All he got to do is to let the government put that chip in his head, and so he can change his criminal mentality. They say you can serve your time in minutes. All you got to do is let them implement that chip in your brain, so you can change your criminal mentality.
Somebody
You know,
in the comments said millions or
you
not, he's still sitting in jail.
you know what's crazy that no one's not mentioning?
What?
You know,
Someone in the comments.
I pretty much dated girls from out the state. I've flown girls in state to Florida. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I was breaking the law too. That means
Did you
we
play
all
them
did
for
it.
People raise that
snatch?
argument all the
Did
time,
you?
Richard, but that's not the case.
At
Are you
all.
doing that with the intent of expecting them to give you their peach?
Watch what you say, Richard.
So
Did you
that's what
pay
I'm
them
asking you.
for
No,
it?
no.
If you
So
didn't
if
pay
you
them
weren't
for
doing
it,
that, then no, you weren't breaking any law. But if you were doing it for the sole purpose of saying, I'm flying you out because I expect you to give me some kitty, and if I don't get it, it's going to be a problem, that's
No,
illegal.
not in that breath. Not in that breath
But
though.
that's what I'm
so yeah,
saying.
but
So
you're
you flying
forgetting.
somebody out, that is not illegal. People keep saying that, it's not.
Exactly. Because sex trafficking, it has to be forced coercion or manipulation on the person's part.
He
So
beat
if they
that. He
just
didn't get charged
consenting
with
to
that.
come into
So
you and you're
he
not
went to
paying,
jail.
if you're not, I would hope you're not charging your girlfriend for smacks. And you just finding out because y'all got a
Diddy
long distance stuff
has
going
faced
on.
a loss of endorsement, particularly the following legal dispute with Diego regarding Ciroc vodka brand. While not directly related to legal troubles, the dispute led Diego taking sole ownership of the brand in 2024. Additionally, experts predict that Combs will face challenges in securing new.
The man was making a really good point, and these women, because they don't want to upset their following, because they're already losing followers, he made a good point. He's like, well, I fly women out all the time, and I fly them out because I want to have sex with them. So does that mean that I'm a criminal? Oh, no. If you're only flying her out because you want some of her peach, yeah, bitch, I just said I'm flying her out because I want to have sex with her. I'm flying. If she didn't have a peach and she had a penis, I wouldn't fly her out. If she had a peach that didn't work or was out of order, I wouldn't fly her out. I'm only flying her out for that. So how's that? So how's that make Diddy a horrible person, but the rest of the men in the world, it doesn't? They couldn't tell you that. Then answer it.
He did everything. People dream.
He won. I ain't gonna lie.
People dream.
Either way it go, this whole
Having that
situation,
lifestyle.
he won this situation. Either way it go.
Yeah, he
Diddy
won. Yeah.
reportedly loses 18 brand partnerships.
Dang.
Just like Kanye West, he gonna get him back.
When he do get out,
He's still gonna be fine.
Kanye better hope he
Don't
don't get
put
in trouble
Kanye
with
West
his
in there.
case.
Kanye West ain't been going to court. Ain't nobody accused him of nothing. Don't even put
Yes,
Kanye
they
West in
did,
there.
baby. Kanye West got accused
No.
by his
Yeah,
personal
no.
assistant.
What I'm saying is he
Yes, he
going to
did.
court.
Ben
He going to
Roethlisberger got
court.
You talking
accused
about
too. He
allegations?
A
ain't do
lot
nothing
of
to
men
him.
got SA
Accusations.
allegations.
He's talking about allegations and accusations.
Baby, he was charged with
That's
it.
hearsay.
That's
Ben
not hearsay.
Roethlisberger got
Civil
caught up.
suit.
Ain't
He had a
nobody saying
civil
nothing
suit
about that.
for it.
A civil suit is still hearsay. It don't matter.
Okay, I'm simply saying he was sued for it.
Okay, well, I
So,
retract that then because I didn't know about the case. I retract what I said.
No, I'm saying about when he was getting into it with the Adidas brand, and they was remember he was a billionaire. You look him up, Kanye was a billionaire, and then he wasn't a billionaire because it's saying something about the Jewish community, and then he did his own thing. That's when he was selling the little ugly shoes for the Lolo, and then he ended up
yeah,
and he came back to be a billionaire still.
yeah, him
So
and
he
Jay
go
Z still billionaires, but he just got
yeah,
banned from Australia today because of that
yeah,
health
that dude
care
crazy.
song he had.
I see you, Rico. Come up here. Come here. Come here. I can't see you. Come here. Come here, Rico. Come on up here and gloat.
Rico. He said and gloat.
Yeah, that's what he want to be like you. He want to gloat.
Has he ever came
Oh,
up here?
come on.
Yeah.
Rico,
Remember, I
come on
let him up,
in
and then he started talking about DV and playing it, and I had a meltdown.
Oh, okay.
Click the invite, the invite, the X.
Yahoo, no finance, monthly finance. R. Kelly's net worth is a negative $2 million today. As of
We can believe it
2025.
because he said he can't read or write, so we could believe that.
Okay. No, hit that invite. You see that one area that's open with the plus? Click on it.
We only got too many billionaires. That's why I was looking for the point of that. Like,
there's
we ain't
1,600
got too many
billionaires in this country.
They got to do better with their stuff, but we still got Jay Z and Kanye.
I said black billionaires. It ain't that
Jay
many.
Z and Kanye. They the only ones that like
It ain't even showing me,
black
Rico.
American male billionaires that are rappers.
I'm talking about this black billionaires in America. Period.
Oh,
It ain't that many. We don't got that many. It's like less. It's not that many. It's not enough. So I was looking at from the point of that, like, you know, and I knew what he was trying to do with the money. He was going to make a new black political party.
Right.
Come on.
Right now, they're trying to invite me up on the panel. This is one of the panels that kicked me off, muted me, and it's because I have unpopular speech. So it wasn't welcome in their spaces. But now that they lost the case, they want me to come up and make their channel more exciting because I'm not a part of their echo chamber. But for one thing, I'm watching this on my computer. I'm not even sure if I can join a panel on my computer. I'd have to get on my phone. But you know what? Fuck these people. They literally removed my speech because she wanted me to lie. She told me that Diddy in the domestic violence video beat Cassie down, was stomping on her chest, was punching her in the face, punching her in the head. Lies. He pulled her by the hoodie. He tried to kick her and he missed, and he kicked her in the butt with his socks on, colorful socks while he's in the towel. The towel didn't even drop. The dude wasn't trying to beat her down and unalienate kill her. He wasn't trying to do that, but this woman wants to pretend she was because they don't have a real argument, so they have to lie. They don't have a real argument, so they lie. I would not go along with the lie, so my speech was controlled and removed. And I'm new to TikTok. Because of her, this woman Lee Always On, I actually started my own page. Hundreds of people now follow me. I have my own audience on there, and no one can restrict my speech anymore. So for me to run backwards to where it all began and give her my time, it just doesn't make any sense. You know, she's an older black woman. Of course, she's single. She hates men. And a man like me would choose a woman that looks nothing like her over her. So there's nothing about me to like. I'm not an ally. So why would I even play myself and go up there on her platform and where she is God King and can mute me and kick me and fuck you. I'm just literally playing this so that the audience can hear the vitriol and the hatred. And this is after the testimony, after the trial's over, after now we know what he's being convicted of, which is a low-level prostitution charge, transporting, that's going to get thrown out on appeal because if I'm not trafficking her, then so what if you're an Uber driver and the prostitute is in your car and they're paying you to give them a ride on Uber? You're going to get them with trafficking for prostitution too? None of these laws make sense. They're archaic. So, but it's just funny. I wanted to hear these panels. They heard me type in the chat. She's like, "Oh, come up, Rico." For what? To gloat? I know I was right. You know I was right. I don't need to rub it in your face. You guys are nobodies. I'm not going to sit up here and argue with you. I have an audience. You know, my YouTube channels, it doesn't have tons of subscribers, but people share. Tens of thousands of people share my videos, my shorts. I get a lot of people watching what I'm saying. And also, I'm in this space because everybody else in these spaces is sick and dying. I'm one of the only people that's a pure blood still. No injections. I didn't take the test. So I'll be here while everybody else is, having complications physically. And we all know about what I'm talking about. I don't even have to tell you guys, but that's why I'm in these spaces anyway. A lot of these people won't be here as long as me. So I figured I would just, throw my hat in the ring and speak my 2 cents, give my opinion. But no, I'm not going to join her panel. She can go to hell. She was nasty and rude. And now that she lost, she wants to make amends. I might have mentioned that I put this shit behind me, but I lied. I'm not over it. I'm petty. I don't want to be your friend. I'm going to talk shit to you every time I see you on TikTok or wherever I see you until the end of eternity. We're not going to be cool because constitutionally you should want to hear another person speak. But these people don't believe in the Constitution because they don't consider themselves to be American. The Constitution is what was defended today when Diddy won. Because our constitutional protected right is a jury of your peers. And that would save him from a government prosecutorial misconduct and overreach today. Like and subscribe, share this video. If you can, please, guys, I'm doing a giveaway on my YouTube channel. The link is in my bio if you're on Twitter. The single boyfriend. It's a play on words. My ex-girlfriend, she says I'm a single boyfriend because I still flirt with women even though we're together. I just thought I would just own it. I own it now. The single boyfriend. I'm going to be doing a $50 giveaway. I will cash app you. We're going to pick a random person out of any of the new subscribers from this week alone. So if you can, go to my page and subscribe and leave a comment that says done, and I'll add your name to the list. And we did a giveaway 2 weeks ago, and I'm glad we still have those followers, and I'm glad people are tuning in. I'm going to upload this video in a couple of hours, but I'm doing this live right now, and I just wanted you to hear the vitriol from these are his people, black people. And these black women want to see him dead. They wanted him to die in prison. They wanted his children to lose their father. They don't care about family. That's why when they're on here lying about, oh, we love Carmelo. No, you don't. You hate men. You don't care about people losing their family and their freedom. Look what you were trying to do to Diddy if you could. These people lie. That's why I don't trust any of them. And no, I'm not going on her platform. Let's see if we can listen to a couple more seconds, and I'm going to close the video out.
Not too much on Mike Neptune. I like him.
He carries a maximum penalty. Is he gonna cry, Miss Lee?
No, he good.
I might, sir. Sometimes my feelings get hurt.
Penalty, mine too. A maximum penalty of 10 years in prison for each violation. Sean Diddy Combs was convicted of 2 counts of violating the Mann Act, meaning he could face a maximum of 20 years in prison. Okay, so I have a question for the gentleman based on that. The sentence he got, so you say if he has no priors, but I've known someone who didn't even commit a crime. They just happened to be there, and they've gotten life. They've gotten 15. They've gotten 20.
It was murder.
And with no penalty, with no priors.
I never said for no prior.
They're trying to find a way mentally to absorb the fact that he was found not guilty of the crimes that would have given him the most time, and now they're just they're trauma bonding over it. We call this coping. This is a cope. It's a good day for men. It's a good day for the country. It's a good day for America. Even though Diddy's a piece of trash Democrat that hates Trump, He's still an American, and he fought for men, and he stood his ground against the government, and he won. If you're going to convict Diddy of something, convict him over being a Democrat. I think that should be a crime. I don't think you should make him a crime of taking your girlfriend on trips and paying their rent. Even though I think that's disgusting. I'm not paying the chick's rent. I look at women as my equal. I don't believe in I should pay your bills because it means you're just not applying yourself. We're the same. You're not paying my rent. So, but anyway, like and subscribe if you can. Share the video. Club Rico, the single boyfriend, right-wing Rico. I'm on Rumble. I'm on X. Follow me wherever you can. Subscribe and put done under this video. I'll add you into the drawing, send you some money, and I'll see you guys with the next topic, probably around 7 o'clock today. Excuse me, I'm going to take my dogs for a walk. It's hot as hell in Arizona. It's going to be a short walk, and then I'm going to come back and get back on. Thank you, guys, and congratulations to the whole Combs family. Cheers.
I've been needing to find a new apartment, which has not been easy with credit as bad as mine. Luckily, I found cosigning.com. They connected me with a cosigner who helped me get my dream apartment for me and my dog. I just paid a small fee and was able to move in fast. Get the cosigner you need for the apartment you want. Check out cosigning.com today.